Good morning, everyone. Y'all pardon me, okay? I'm multitasking this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey. I see my moms are here. Hey, Tef. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, everyone, okay? Did I see Rose in here? I thought I saw Rose. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Good morning and good morning. All right. Hold on a second for me, guys. All right, making sure that stupid green screen isn't on. All right, so let's get into our show, you guys, because I don't want to be on too long because I kind of got a busy morning a little bit. So let's go ahead and breeze through the show. Of course, everything said in this video is alleged, and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Thank you guys all for being here. Excuse me. Let's get started. All right, we got some great topics. Let's get into race bait Tatum first. All right. This dude, I ain't never seen a black man so just not woke. This man here. Shout out to Jubilee Media. Let's get into it. They said, do you think Donald Trump is racist? All right. We haven't heard anything from Trump in this Nolan Wells case, right? Now they can have Unabombers. These little white kids be out here being on the Unabomber bullshit. Here's Trump ready to pardon, but we ain't heard shit about him coming forward and saying anything about this Nolan Wells case, okay? But we have heard this clown on my screen on multiple platforms and even got caught in a lie. Still going, but let's get into what he had to say here.
Say that Donald Trump is racist is the craziest thing I've heard.
Do you think that Trump reposting a video in which one of his supporters screams white power was beneficial to the black community?
I'm not familiar with some video that he posted.
Well, I mean, you should be.
Let's talk about Democrat policy.
You should be.
Let's talk about Democrat policy.
No, now you're obfuscating. You are the one who has the burden.
It says right here.
I'm sorry. I do not want to be interrupted.
It says right here
I do not want to be interrupted.
Trump and Republicans are better than the Democrat policy.
So
that's the most disrespectful shit ever. If she invites you on her platform to have a discussion, okay, conversation is two people talking. She should be leading the conversation and you answer the question. She's interviewing this man. Well, if we can call him that, right? Let's say bitch, right? I like that better for him. And he is obviously over talking her because he feels that what he has to say is more important than what she has coming out of her mouth, which is very disrespectful. He doesn't see her as a being, as someone important, because probably of the color of her skin. He hates his own skin that he's in, so he has obviously no respect for her. Let's continue.
The burden of proof is on you. Yes. No, this is how a debate works. You've made a claim that you have to substantiate, and you have yet to do that.
I am wrong. So how are you correct in that Democrat policies are better than Republican policies?
Well, actually, do you want to know my personal belief is that the Democrats are fundamentally kind of apathetic to the needs of black people, while Republicans are openly antagonizing the black community.
Give me an example.
So, I mean,
what policy position is negative towards black people that Republicans implement?
Trump this year intentionally got rid of the disparate impact analysis. So what the disparate impact analysis does is that it analyzes laws that were made neutrally, policies that were intended to be neutral, to make sure that there were not any racial disparities as an effect of that policy, right? Accidentally. So Trump has removed the protection for the disparate impact analysis. So we don't know if the policies that we're enacting are disproportionately hurting the black community or not.
That doesn't make any sense. Any policy,
it doesn't make any sense. I agree.
No, what
it's
you're
a bad
saying
idea.
Does not make any sense because the policies that are implemented,
yes,
the majority of the ones that are in Congress are agreed upon by the House and the Senate,
right?
Democrats and Republicans.
Yes.
And so with that being said, there's black people represented. There's all kinds of people represented in creating our laws and policies.
But that's the point.
So what are you saying that they're not considering whether or not it has a desperate effect on the black community?
The thing. When you create a policy, obviously you are creating it in good faith. But we do not know always how that policy is going to affect the population.
Give me an example of a policy.
Can I finish talking?
Give me an example of a policy.
But I'm trying to explain
I'm running out of time.
So the point of the disparate analysis report is to check to make sure that the laws that we implement in good faith don't end up hurting the black community by accident. Why would you get rid of that?
Why do you think he got rid of it?
Because he's racist.
To say that Donald Trump is racist is the craziest thing I've heard.
Donald Trump.
Have you ever met Donald Trump personally?
No.
You don't know him?
No. So you've met Donald Trump.
I've met Donald Trump several times.
So you're basing his whether or not.
Let's not forget the fact that our president is a full-fledged motherfucking felon. right? And the reason why he's trying to stay in office is so his ass don't go to jail or prison for all the things that he's done. Let's not forget, he just had to pay out a white lady for touching her in ways he shouldn't have, sexually assaulting. This is why he doesn't want the Epstein files to come out, because of all the nasty, egregious things that he's been accused of. He keeps saying, oh, there's no files. Then why are you named in there thousands of times? Right? The only black people Trump like, and I'm going to go ahead and say the shit, are the ones that kiss his ass and the ones that become Uncle Toms, like the one on our screen, Race Batum Tatum. Okay? Nicki Minaj falls under that umbrella. Anybody that go against their race, when clearly you have a platform to speak up for your people, but you use it for the direct opposite, I have no respect for anyone like that. I have no respect. When you have a platform to speak up for your people and you go with the majority because it feels better, or because maybe you have more opportunities when you go in that direction versus speaking up for your own, I have no respect for anybody like that. Let's keep
you don't have any evidence. You're saying because he allegedly got rid of some desperate impact analysis that somehow that has something to do with race, and it only affects black people.
But your evidence is anecdotal. Oh, Trump was nice to me one time, therefore he's not a racist.
I have no evidence to believe that Trump is a racist. To say that Donald Trump is racist.
And the only reason why you're being covered, Race Batum Tatum, is because who you're married to. He's married to a Becky, right? But don't forget, at the end of the day, if anything goes down in your marriage, you're going to be seen as a nigger. And I'm going to say it right here on my screen. That's exactly who they're going to see you as. They don't give a hot damn if you sitting up here capping for Trump. At the end of the day, if that white lady called the police on you, you are not going to be seen as somebody who is liked by Trump or embraced by the white community. You're going to be seen as another nigger who done ran out here and got your ass engulfed in some bullshit with a Becky. And they're going to see you just like all the other black people who they seem or deem as ignorant ninjas. I don't want to say the N word too many times, right? This boy is so unwoke. And I know unwoke is not a word. I just like to say unwoke. He's just not woke when it comes to our people with life, just everything. Like the other day, I told you guys, he said that black people, he agreed with someone saying that black people were better off in black men rather, were better off in slavery. How the fuck? Maybe you should have been back in those days in slavery. Your ancestors fought for your stupid ass to be sitting where you're sitting right now, and you turn your back on your people because it gives you a bigger platform. You are literally using your platform to interview and cap for and take up for young white boys who could possibly be suspects in a death of a black man who had a promising career and future in football and sports, who was straight A and straight A and B student in school, not a problematic kid, was not getting harassed by the police, none of that. But you sit up here and use your platform to go against this and even degrade his mother, who is still grieving the loss of her son. He just has no heart. I don't know what is wrong with this guy. I just don't know. Let me get him off my screen, child, because I ain't ready to start hollering yet. Race Batum Tatum, goodbye. All right. Moving along, honey. He's so unwoke, Lord. Ooh, child, I would point my hand that way for him, but there's no help for him. All right. There's a special place in hell for him. The whole left wing of hell is a special place for you, sir. All right, so let's get into this Nolan Wells stuff with Ben Crump. Ben Crump points out all of the red flags in the death of Nolan Wells. Let's get into that. Shout out to Art of Dialogue. If you guys have never watched the Art of Dialogue interview on YouTube, please get over there, all right? Or check them out on Instagram. I love Art of Dialogue. Let's get into this, though. Let's go.
Nolan Wells was an 18-year-old black teenager who on 4th of July was celebrating with his friends, and he went out on Horn Island. He went with his 3 other friends, at least what we have in the photograph, and they were young white teenagers. He was the only black teenager, and somehow they all came back home safely on the 4th of July, but Nolan Wells did not come home. his mother, their families announced that he was missing. They were, out of their mind with concern. And then his body was found washed up on shore 2 days later, face down, dead. And so then everybody started to try to say, well, what happened? When you look at the videos, there were 300, 400 people out there. And what we've been saying, somebody knows something, somebody saw something. There was a young lady named Katie who said that, she was talking to Nolan, but then he got back on the boat with the people he came with, or got back on the boat with the boys. And the boys who were on the boat with him said, Nolan said he was going to stay behind with Katie, and that he was not going to go back with them. One of the things that has been bewildering is the fact that if he says he's going to stay behind, why doesn't an 18-year-old get their cell phone? If they're not going to go with the boat, why would they leave it with them?
And backpack. I told you guys the backpack was said to have been in Wyatt's garage. And they said it had blood on it. I told you guys that, right? So those are two elements. I told you guys they were out in a place. Horn Island is said to be an island where they don't have bathrooms or anything like that. So naturally, if you're going to stay behind, and I said this the other day, you're going to get your belongings. One, I'm pretty sure he packed snacks and things like that. So if all of those things were in his book bag or backpack, why wouldn't he take that in addition to his phone? He could put his phone in his backpack, right? If he's going to stay behind, put all of that on someone else's boat, and in terms of who he may be riding back with, that's what I would have done, right? I would have left all of my snacks and all of that stuff on someone else's boat who's going back to the island if I'm choosing to stay back. So that in itself sounds a little fishy to me, right? And then we hear a video where he's saying, give me my effing phone in the background. It just gives that there was some type of tension or something going on that did not sound right. And let's not forget about the actual 911 call, where you could hear a lot of distress in the background. They were trying to say it was fake, but I mean, we can't fake. Those are voices. Those are their voices, right? We've heard them in interviews. Wyatt, we heard you. I mean, not Wyatt, but Warren, we heard you in the interview with Race Batum Tatum. I recognize your voice. Sounds like the same voice that was on the video. Of course, there was some distress in the background. We already played it 1,000 times where Nolan's name was called several times in said video. So we're not going to sit here and act like something did not happen, right? They were trying to push this narrative of fentanyl may have been used. We don't know. All we do know is that they did take several of his body parts when they were doing the autopsy. We still haven't heard what the hell all of that had to do with, what all of that is connected to, right? Because they're keeping all of that silent for the DA. Obviously, they know something. Usually when something goes to the DA, that means that someone may be a suspect and something may have been found. So it's given that they're being hushed about it. They're being, mush-mouthed. They're being hushed about this entire situation. And I think that they're upset that any information that Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, as well as Nolan's parents, run across, they're talking about it, right? Now, if these boys have anything to do with it, the one thing that kind of did raise a red flag to me is I don't like the fact that they have started this give, see, and go, and they are attaching Nolan's name to it if they're trying to lawyer up on their own behalf of trying to sue people for defamation and all these other things that they're saying they're going after Ben Crump and Al Sharpton and any other blogger or content creator or media personality for reporting on their sons. Let's remind you guys, okay? Most, if not all of these boys who were on Horn Island on the boat with Nolan also had football careers as well. We hear that Bart had a very promising NFL football career. I read where he had several people in his family who also went to the NFL. They were saying that he was that guy who was probably next up. So he and his family do have a lot to lose. So of course they're going to fight, give, send, go. They're going to raise all this money. We looked at it last night. It was $85,000. They're trying to get to $100,000 to go after Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, and all these other people. Not sure why they put Nolan Wells' name on there, right? Because you guys, in my opinion, should be suspects. I'm not sure why nobody's not been arrested as of yet. Under suspicions, had this been the other way around, Nolan Wells, was white and these other guys were black. I'm pretty sure, or you know, the other way around, I'm pretty sure that there will be some handcuffs by now, right? But because these kids are very, these kids are white and privileged kids, their parents are doctors, lawyers, judges, and very connected to the system, and everybody that's investigating this case, everybody's dragging their feet on this because one, they don't want to maybe disappoint their friends and constituents in this entire situation and investigation, and it's sad. Justice should be justice across the board. I don't give a fuck if it's the president of the United States, child, right? If they do something that's fucked up and somebody's life is taken by that, the same should be done to that same child. But we got people that have money, and money talks, right? Like they say, money talks. You put up enough money, people will hush and people will do things that you want them to do versus what they're supposed to do. And I feel that might be what's going on behind the scenes. We did see that Warren's dad did put up $50,000 for any information, which I thought was weird. Why you didn't do that in the beginning? If you just care about this situation, if you want it, I didn't see him becoming disconcerted until his son did that interview and fingers were pointed at him to say, I think he might have something to do with this shit. So now all of a sudden you engulfed in this case and you putting up $50,000 of your own money to make it not look like your son is a suspect, right? I'm just saying, if my friend, I'm not even a person who likes to cry or be emotional, but if something happened to my friend in that way, especially on a weekend when we're all out there supposed to have a good time, and I'm sitting down having an interview, let alone going back to the place where the shit happened, it's going to invoke some type of emotions in me to where my eyes are going to water. I might cry. Shit, I'm not even a crier, right? I'm not even crying. That might make me break down. I didn't see any emotions from any of his friends that sat down and did interviews or even talked about this situation with Nolan. Like, this is your, like you said, he's like my brother. He said it like 50 times in the video, but that's like your brother. Why you ain't crying? Why you didn't say, hey, hold on a minute. I need a moment in this interview. Like this I can't, I really can't go on right now because it's a lot for me. I didn't see that. So I just feel like something's being hidden. But let's continue.
His mother, called his phone 3 times, got no answer after they started getting concerned. And it was when they did the Life 360, trying to say, find my phone, is when she found out that the phone were with the friends. And so her friend went to get the phone. And when they got the phone back, they discovered that there were a lot of Snapchat messages that were deleted. They also found that there were some texts deleted. So that was very concerning to them as they're trying to figure out, what happened to my child? Right. Our child is dead and we have no answers. Nobody's telling us anything. And so it became just an incredibly painful ordeal for them trying to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells was an 18-year-old Black teenager who on 4th of July was celebrating with his friends, and he went out on Horn Island.
All right, all of that we know. Let's go to the second part of this.
And, obviously there's this CETO audio that comes out that people have did forensic audio engineering on it to try to see what was being said on the audio recording of the CETO kind of 911 type call. And it's in that call that people say they hear certain things. We have retained audio engineering experts to be able to decipher and to render expert opinions on the validity of the CETO 911 audio that seems to suggest things about the presence of Nolan. And so we are trying not to speculate. We're trying to investigate, but we are asking questions that don't add up to us. And that's what everybody's been doing, because everybody says, how can this 18-year-old college football player who's in tip-top shape just go missing and nobody knows anything. Nobody's seen anything. And the sheriff within, hours after he was discovered, his dead body, they claimed that, that no foul play, accidental drowning is what they suggest. And
that was without any investigation. That was just, oh, yeah, that's just no foul play. Yeah, he was just found, he drowned. Yeah, no.
His family are saying, we can't accept that when you make that conclusion without doing no investigations. And so what they want is a full, impartial, fair investigation into what happened to Nolan Wells. In our community, we see people investigated very zealously. And so we want the same thing for our children. We want them to zealously investigate this matter, just as if they would if the roles were reversed. And that's what I think has people in the minority community saying, hold on, we want to know what's on everybody's phone. We want to know social media, because all of that could become very relevant information.
All right, so let me pause. Now, I'm with you, Ben Crump, on being on this case. However, I do feel like you guys did drag your feet a little bit on this case. All right. Now, I'm not an investigator by any figment of the imagination. Never went to school for that. But what I do have and was born with is common sense, right? Women, we're all born with intuition. So we're going to use that as well in this situation. Now, I feel that Ben Crump and his team may have waited a little bit too long to subpoena cell phone records and cell phones, period, right? All devices. Immediately whenever they found out that Nolan Wells was missing and unalive, that's when the subpoena should have gone out, because why the fuck are they already lawyering up and nobody even said that y'all did anything, right? Only guilty people do that. If I ain't do shit, I don't need a lawyer. I'm not spending my good coin that I can get a good red bottom or two on no fucking attorney when I ain't did shit, right? So immediately these boys lawyer up for why? And I know it's for what, right? We already know things were deleted from not only Nolan Wells' phones. I'm pretty sure they deleted some things as well. They deactivated accounts. These are things that guilty people do when they know people are going to look into them. It ain't has shit to do with them being afraid, because what you afraid of? Nobody even knows who the fuck you guys are. Nobody even, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's thinking about y'all. For y'all to even have to go that far to delete, deactivate, none of that. Even the judge, the mom was. I feel, and I said it the other day, I feel that once they got back to land, because according to Warren, they all went to Wyatt's house. Wyatt was the one that was on the phone with the 911 operator. So it was something that he saw, because he was hella distracted in the background when they kept talking to Nolan, telling him to wake the F up and all of this other stuff. Something was going on. They all saw something, but I feel like once they all met at Wyatt's house, because why ain't everybody go home, right? Why y'all just didn't go home? I feel like everybody was getting together to get that alibi together. Say, one, we ain't seen nothing. Two, let's go ahead and delete this shit. Let's go ahead and make it seem like we wasn't even around Nolan, right? Now all of a sudden, oh, we love him. He's like a brother, but nobody's speaking up or talking. Y'all aren't even trying to help with the damn investigation. Y'all are doing the complete opposite of what a person who is guilty would do, which is lawyer up, which is raise money for send go to sue the attorneys that's trying to find out what the fuck happened to your friend. That's like a brother. That's what's weird to me. Right? I would be fighting and doing everything in my power to try to find out what happened to my friend. But you guys are fighting against the people that are looking to find out what happened to your friend. So that lets me know there's something in the fucking buttermilk that ain't clean. Right? We're going to get up off this, because you guys already know what it is with this. We're going to play a little bit of this Nancy Grace, okay? We love her over here when she's talking right, okay? As soon as she goes bearing off to the left, I'm going to have to let you go too. Because I'm already mad about this damn case. Y'all know how I've been, child. I think I've been investigating more than Ben Crump and his team. Shit. I've been over here on my first 48 bullshit this whole entire time. And y'all know I have. I've been digging up shit everywhere. But let's go ahead and get into it. Everyday media. Let's go.
Is it possible Nolan Wells died by accident? Yes, it's possible.
I don't think so.
Is it possible that there was foul play. Yes, that is possible. And I don't believe the investigation should be shut down until we know the answer to that. I have 2 children, both the age of Nolan Wells. I would be lying on the courthouse steps screaming for justice if the investigation into a death related to them was shut down before I had answers. So I don't understand where all the hate is coming from.
Who specifically is calling for the shutdown of the investigation? Just to educate my audience.
Well, go online. There's any number of people, thousands of people that think that, quote, this was an accidental drowning. Why are you doing this? You're a race baiter. You're fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with what color his skin was. This has to do with an unanswered question. During my prosecutorial career, I very often was the only white person in the courtroom. That has nothing to do with Lady Justice.
Joe don't.
What Lady Justice wants, what justice demands, is a full and fair investigation. And I'm also not saying that's not going on, because my boss, Lewis Slayton, the longest serving elected district attorney at that time, I think, Stephen, it was 37 years, was like a grandfather to me. He was very strict, no one to speak to the press. It could ruin the case.
Mhm.
I always had the same answer when asked. I believe a Fulton County jury will render a verdict that speaks the truth. Because I did believe that.
That's another thing with Ben Crump and his team. We do appreciate the constant updates, but some things you got to sit on. You can't always let your left hand know what your right hand is doing in this case, because then you kind of give the other side a chance to go in and kind of prepare, right? Kind of jump the gun and move some things around and shift some things, right? If you don't know what I'm doing, then you can't go and fix shit, right? You don't know what direction I'm going in. You can't go over here and be erasing and doing shit, right? But I do feel like they waited a bit long, too long, to subpoena cell phones and devices and all of that, because as we know, and I've said it, young people are going to Snapchat, they're going to video, they're going to make calls, they're going to take pictures, like all the things that young people like to do. And for Nolan Wells to not have no pictures, no Snapchats, no nothing in his phone, for it to be completely wiped clean, somebody did that shit. And his mother already made it very much so plain that his phone, you had to get into his phone by face recognition. So, bitch, that means he had to be there for y'all to get into his phone. I feel the shit happened on the boat when y'all was saying, oh my God, Nolan, wake the fuck up. Somebody had his phone on the boat, because y'all said his phone was where? On the fucking boat. So, yeah, y'all put the phone up to his face and went in his phone. And after he probably passed away on the boat, allegedly, hypothetically, and maybe, okay, that's probably when the shit got deleted. Okay, that's probably when the shit got deleted, because his mom said ain't shit in his phone. And we already know how young people are. So that right there is foul play. Why y'all deleting stuff? Why y'all got his phone? Why it take y'all so long to bring his phone out when Javon's mom went over there to get the phone? If it was just right there in the truck. She said it took 15 minutes for them to bring his phone out. First, y'all said the phone wasn't there. But Warren, you had already said that Wyatt said they were taking all the phones off the boat of all the people that weren't there to put it in your truck. So if you knew the phones were in the truck, why it take you 15 minutes if your truck is right outside? I just don't understand it. 15 minutes is more than enough time to delete some shit off somebody's phone, right? And was Nolan unalived on the boat when y'all did it? Because you had to put it up to his face in order to get into it. Or, like I said, it was probably already deleted on the boat prior to getting there. I'm not sure. But bottom line is, do I feel that there's some foul play in this entire situation? I do. It's too many red flags for me. Too many. But let's keep going.
We are not owed an explanation from law enforcement as to what they are doing. However, there are a lot of questions, specifically, Stephen, regarding the autopsy. The initial autopsy has remained under seal. We don't know what the answer was. The family, understandably, sent Nolan's body hundreds of miles away for a second opinion.
They haven't even been updating the family. That's just how much they don't give a fuck about keeping this family updated, right? That's their son that's unalive. So if any new developments have come into play with this case and investigation, they should have been on the phone with them. But to sit there and say, oh, they haven't reached out to us for, any updates, they don't need to reach out to you. It's your job to reach and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Wansley, this is Detective so-and-so and so, just calling you to give you the update on the case in terms of what we found already. But because they're fighting and bringing other people holding their feet to the fire, they're already looking into the lady that does all the autopsies there in Mississippi. So she might be under some type of investigation. The FBI is now into it. Like, it's given that people will say, oh, you're questioning me doing my job. So yeah, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not telling you anything now because you're second guessing who I am in my position. Y'all have people that are that way. But let's keep going.
When that doctor got the body, the lungs and the throat were missing.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why the lungs were missing, because this could have been a drowning case. But why the throat?
Probably because he was choked out, right? I feel he might have been choked out, and they removed that so that they would not see that in the second investigation and be able to rule that as strangulation.
What was there about Nolan's throat that piqued the interest of the original medical examiner? Is it possible?
Yeah. So what had happened to him? All right. What's the other black guy? I'm gonna move on from this here in a second. There's another black guy that, and I can't remember his name, and I hate when I can't remember names, but that Ben Crump was also, and I think he was from Mississippi as well. Ben Crump also represented him. His family decided not to go with Ben Crump anymore because they didn't feel like Ben was keeping them updated and fighting hard enough for their son. But he was also found hanging. Okay. And what came to my mind was, did they try to strangulate or hang Nolan Wells as well? Did he kind of go through that as well, which is why the throat was kept back whenever they did the autopsy? Because why wasn't that sent on? And you guys have already completed that. And why do they not still have the throat to this day, which is so weird? I don't get it. But let's move along. There's so many unanswered questions, but we're going to move on. Let's get into this. I kind of mentioned this last night with Atlanta's HIV AIDS rate has gone up. We're going to take a look at it. For those of you that live in Atlanta, if you're trying to go to Atlanta, if you're on dating sites and you meet somebody from Atlanta, beware. Okay, let's get into it. Atlanta World News.
Researchers at the Emory School of Medicine say HIV rates here in Metro Atlanta are unacceptably high. The latest data shows Atlanta had the third highest rate of diagnoses in recent years. Now, some reports of federal cuts to testing and treatment programs may only make things worse. Atlanta is still seeing a rise in new HIV cases.
Sadly, in the southeastern United States and in Atlanta in particular, we continue to see unacceptably high rates of new HIV infections.
Dr. Colleen Kelly is an associate dean of research at Emory School of Medicine. Her team is studying how to change that trend. But this week, Roll Call reported that the Trump administration will not renew $46 million in CDC funding for nearly 100 organizations across the country focused on HIV prevention and treatment.
Up until recently, the CDC was leading efforts for HIV prevention. Given the current changes in the federal administration, a lot of that is shifting under our feet.
Dr. Kelly says advancements in preventative medicine called PrEP and treatment post-infection have come a long way.
We do have the tools from a medical standpoint to treat anyone with HIV who wants treatment and to prevent HIV for anyone who wants prevention.
But the problem is there's still a gap in access. Her team at Emory is conducting a study focused on getting that medicine to people who are at the highest risk.
The issue is that we're just not reaching everyone who could benefit from these medications in the community.
A 2024 study found that Metro Atlanta had the third highest rate of people diagnosed with HIV in 2021. 72% of them are Black.
We have more and more options to offer people. People can take pills, they can take injections. We're working.
Researchers at the
Gotta protect yourself, guys. This is 2026. I said it last night. It's unheard of for people to be still raw dogging in 2026. We should not be doing it. Black people especially. And I get it. You guys want to go out here, meet people and have a good time. That's fine. You grown, do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, protect yourselves and understand that everybody that is infected, that know that they're infected, they're not going to tell you because ultimately they want to be able to still get around and sleep with people and do things. A lot of times if they tell their status, people aren't going to be as open to want to date them or other things, right? So sometimes people will keep their, will keep the fact that they are infected from the person that they're trying to get to know. So that's why you have to go and know your status. Know your status, be tested regularly if you are outside dating, too, if you married, because you never know, a person may step out on you. You just never know. You have to protect yourself. Use protection. I know a lot of people are running around using PrEP. I know at one point Nene Leakes was promoting PrEP. Tamar Braxton was promoting PrEP. All of that's great, but at the end of the day, protect yourself. All right? Protect yourself. And you don't even have to be in Atlanta. You can have a person who used to live in Atlanta. People move all the time, right? You could have caught that shit here and moved to California. But states like, of course, Atlanta, Memphis, I saw, San Francisco, California, Miami, I saw. What's the other one? I think North Carolina. 5 of the highest rated HIV/AIDS states. Y'all gotta protect yourself, right? That's anywhere. Again, this is 2026. There are things out there that can help you stay safe out there, and do that. If you're dating, it's fine to date. Nothing wrong with that. But this meeting people, one night stands and shit, yeah, no. Raw dog. No. All right, you have a little one night stand, but protect yourself when you do it. All right, protect yourself when you do it. Let's move along. Okay, just a little learning, teaching moment. Okay, not trying to tell nobody what to do with their WAP. If you want to be out here thought shopping and WAP dropping, do what you want to do. But hey, you want to walk around with bumps on your face and around your lips. But yeah, ultimately we want everyone to be safe. Let's move along. All right, so Akbar V is still feeling in her feelings about Tia Kemp trolling her with this damn Cardi B song that was not even meant for her. So Tia kind of started some mess. You guys saw the video. And had Akbar V crying like her ass was at a damn funeral. So let's go ahead and get into Akbar V. He wants Tia Kemp to take accountability. I don't know why this is a clout chase for me at this point, because girl, get over it. Don't you have a toddler to take care of, right? Don't you have a cheating ass husband to go check up on? Right? What that say? Don't you have a cheating ass husband to go check up on, because you were on social media talking about your husband was cheating on you with multiple women, and you going through his phone, and you should be going through his phone right now to go see who else he's cheating with, instead of still sitting here talking about Tia Kemp, who has moved on to trolling the next person, right? So let's get into her. Shout out to J Views Daily.
We wanted that song to do something. It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing.
But make you cry?
It didn't do nothing.
Child.
So you thought everything was a kiki and a hee-hee, but it wasn't. That lady Tia started with me. She played your record and said, you know, this song is about you. You can't Cardi this and the third. And I'm like, what? I ain't even got no problem with like, what you talking about, Tia? I should have left that live immediately when she started playing that record.
Maybe.
But I was trying to see like, was she just about to troll a little bit? Like, I should have left. Do it look like Dre Baby was being messy? It does look like he was being messy, but do I feel like he was being messy? I don't feel like he was being messy, but the only thing I didn't like what Dre Baby did, and I told him, I ain't like when he was laughing. But everything else, I don't feel like he did it because
you look stupid on social media, ugly, crying about a diss song that was not about you. You let Tia gas you up into thinking that you were being trolled in a song, and the song won't even damn about you. You done ugly cried for nothing. So yeah, people are gonna laugh because all you had to do was click off and go cry in peace. But you stayed on. That's the most fake shit I've ever seen in my life. Right now, people do get emotional, maybe because I'm just not an emotional person. I don't know. But for a person to sit on camera and look into the camera and just be ugly crying, that shit is so fucking annoying. Like, get off camera and go cry. And what you were crying for was just the stupidest shit ever. Nobody can pull that type of emotion out of me, right? I'm sorry. I'm not going to be on social media just breaking down crying because somebody's saying some crazy wild shit to me. Like, I don't care like that. Like that. Like RV, you got 199 kids that you should be watching. The ones that weren't taken away from you. Like, you really should be focused on your kids, your marriage that's all fucked up right now. You should be focused on your life and not still talking about this Tia Kemp and this whoever this guy is, Dre Baby, whatever his name is. Bullshit. It's stupid to me. Like, it's stupid to come back and do another video.
He asked you, he asked me first. And if we didn't have a problem, Tia, you shouldn't have did it. So you got to take accountability for that. I didn't know you and Dre Baby had no friends. I just came on TikTok. Yes, I had a following, but I just came to TikTok.
Child.
It wasn't funny.
This is all for clout. Notice how she keeps talking, then she'll stop and look at what the comments are saying to see if it's in her favor. Like, this is so stupid.
Now y'all done got all this stuff started back up. Now you, not y'all, you done got all this stuff started back up. Got this girl thinking that I really said something about her. So that's why I came like, Cardi, you being delusional. You know I ain't saying nothing about you.
Well, Cardi said that she didn't do a diss song about you, but one is on the way. So she says, since you want to be on that type of time, she said, yeah, I can do a diss song about you, but now one is on the way. I'm really about to do one about you. So was this a video that you were doing to talk her down from doing this diss song that she about to put out about you?
You know this lady just did that. And you know I'm defending myself. Everybody on this TikTok, get over here and try to play your music and things like that. And I'm like, y'all just want to do that and troll me. But you never say nothing to them about it. They bring you up. You only want to come to me because you just know me and you don't like each other. She definitely know who started it, which I don't care.
But you do because you're online talking about it.
You wanted that song to do something. It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing.
But make you cry. All right, we're going to move on because I don't care anymore. It really did something. It made you cry. Ugly cry, too. On camera, girl. You're looking real crazy, too. All right, let's move along. Let's get into this Iman Shumpert news. All right. Iman Shumpert has been out here slinging schlong, apparently, because an IG model says that Iman Shumpert is small, okay? I don't know what had happened. Now, Dime Rex, this girl named Dime Rex, okay? She says that DICK is so little to be so damn big. And he don't got no money. Now, he don't got, girl. He don't got no money. So, listen, them two right there is a total turnoff anyway, right? A nigga out here that with a small schlong and no money, yeah, no, that's a chop for me, okay? You can't even speak to me if you on that type of shit. If you got no money, first of all, you know. I don't want to hear shit you got to say. Because eventually we're going to want to go out to eat, go traveling, all of that. I'm not coming out my bag every time we want to do something because your broke ass don't want to go out here and get a good job or whatnot. But of course, you know, Iman did have to pay Teyana Taylor quite a bit of money in their divorce. All right. She got a lot of profit. She came out real good in their divorce. But maybe this is why she decided to have a third person in the bedroom, because maybe he is real small like that. He tall as hell. But just because a man is tall does not mean that he dragging the ground. And y'all know what I mean. We got to clean it up a little bit for you two. But at the end of the day, y'all know how it is when you get to messing with these damn bust downs out here. They're going to always expose your ass for who you are, right? So Iman Shumpert said in a recent interview that he will never enter another marriage because marriage failed him and left him with nothing. Well, you cheated. So you opened the door to being left with nothing. Teyana chose to walk away from a situation. And that's something I never understand with these men. When you get with these women who are open to having threesomes in the marriage and giving you guys hall passes to step out, as long as you say, hey, babe, I want a little nookie on the side tonight. And you get said permission and you let her know who, when, and where. And then you go do your thing and you come back. 2026, that's what's going on, not in my damn house, but that's what's going on, right? So for you to do that, and now you done mess with this bust down who is exposing you for the little person that you are. That's so sad. Let's move along. And women too, let me say this too, usually when there's a breakup or the situation kind of end, in a way that you didn't want it to end, a lot of times women, our go-to is to say that the man is small, even if they mandingo, right? That's our thing. Because y'all know men, their man, that kind of taps into their manhood. It's an attack on their manhood to say that a man is small, because every man out here want to walk around and think they're dragging the ground, right? So it's insulting for a woman to test their manhood by saying that they small out here. Okay, and that's exactly what she did. So this person, Josh Green, said, did you miss him, or was the wee bad? Okay, so Dime Rex responded by saying, at John Green, just shut the F up, please. Okay, y'all, men are very strange mad because nobody picked y'all. Nobody. I don't know what that means, but so this person then she then addresses him again, said it is clear that you're a boo. Said that I can't tell because I said nothing about missing him. I literally said that it was small and he don't have no money. So what the F is there to miss? I know that shit right, okay? The D game is bad and he broke. So this Jeremy Noah person says that this what y'all hoes say after the breakup. I just said that, didn't I? Said that it was little anyways. Okay, so Dime Rex responded by saying, no, said that that was never my man, the F, and your mama is the hoe. Oh, child, not his mama is the hoe. So yeah, so she is putting Iman Shumpert on blast. Okay, Iman, I think he did just welcome a new baby. I heard. I hope that's the right information. I heard he did welcome a new baby because I know he said after he and Tayana broke up that he did want to have another child. So he just out here just raw dogging and doing his thing allegedly. And he ran across, this IG model who done put him on blast and told everybody he little. So shout out to you, Iman, that you little and broke. All right, get your money up, honey. Let's move along. Tasha K and Amanda Seals seem to be into it. All right, on some bullshit. Let's get into that. All right, Tasha K does respond. We're going to get into it. Tasha K stay into it with everybody. She was just into it with a tranny the other day. Tranny almost windmilled on her ass, okay? And now Amanda Seals is going at her ass. So let's get into it. According to Unwind with Tasha K, said that Amanda Seals says that she regrets doing an interview with Tasha K after backlash in the comment section. Well, y'all know the Tasha K people be trolling like hell, just like Tasha. All right, they ride hard for her. They ride heavy for her. So if she talking shit, they talking more shit in the comments. But let's get into it. Amanda Seals, I don't really see it for you anyway, but I'll entertain it. Okay, we'll entertain it.
Did an interview with Tasha K in December of last year. I didn't know what this woman was about.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Clips out there about you sometimes do show you what a very angry Black woman kind of like.
I want to share with you all some of the things that are said about me. I want to share with you all what it's like to be bullied. If I wasn't a healed person, I would harm myself. So I want to show you all the types of things that are said. Amanda is a well-compensated contrarian. Wow. She is not a true advocate of any community. She has mastered wrapping her own brand of victimhood in pseudo-intellectualism.
I can see that.
This is a complete falsehood, right? She was so polite in her requesting for me to come on her show. So I thought I was going to.
That's how she gets you on the show, to be polite. And then she going to roast and toast your ass. Everybody know how Tasha K work, right? She's going to be nice and get you on her show. Then she's going to ask all the questions that she want to ask. A lot of them going to be probably attack questions. But hell, she's trying to get a good interview in. So she going to go there. Tasha K will go there on your ass. So you should have did your homework before you said yes to do an interview with her.
Going to come on and do an interview where she was asking me questions where I can share my wisdom. But out the gate, she started asking me about this angry Black woman shit. So I kind of just checked out from that point on. However, her team was lovely. She was lovely. And it wasn't until after when I went to YouTube to look up the interview, because I thought it had posted on YouTube, it ended up being behind a paywall, which is nuts. That's when I saw all these videos that she had made about me before I did the interview. And
that's why you do your homework before you say yeah, right? Can't nobody interview me and I don't know who you are and what you're about, right? I'm not about to sit up on no platform with somebody who is, a racist or a person who really don't see it for me. Like, you got to do your homework on who you're sitting down with, right? I would think anybody would do that before you sit down with somebody and not knowing if they're going to roast you or the interview is going to take a turn that you're not ready for.
To be honest, when she hit me, I was in Grenada. I wasn't even paying no attention. I did text her and said I would not have done the interview. I would not have done the interview if I knew that you had been talking about me this way. It's time to do some deep soul searching when the only platform you can get someone to listen to is Tasha K.
Ooh.
And I'm like, where do you all say these? How do you all?
Yeah. So let's get Tasha's response, because now she's saying she regret doing the interview with Tasha K. So let's get into what Tasha had to say about what Amanda Seals just said. Okay. This is what Tasha had to say. And she was like, listen, all right, let's go.
Amanda Seals is playing victim when she didn't know who Tasha K was. Girl, bye. Don't sit up and try to act like, you know, a light-skinned, pro-black victim now. The dark-skinned, aggressive black woman you had no clue as to who you were sitting down with, and now you feel you were set up. And had I would have known Tasha K was talking like that about me, I wouldn't have went. And you guys don't understand. Amanda Seals made a video saying that you don't understand that my mental, if I hadn't been working on my mental, my stretching, all that stuff, I would have been gone a long time ago. She's playing that light skin, I'm damsel in distress. They are attacking me, and I did not attack her in that interview. I couldn't even get a word in, bro. I asked one question, she flew off the handle. Are you an angry black woman?
So y'all see what Tasha had to say. She said she barely even got a word in edgewise. So how you being attacked if you can't even speak? I don't know. I didn't watch the interview, didn't have a desire to, because I don't really like Amanda Seals like that. So that's not something I would have been interested in. But let's get into our real reality TV portion of the show, okay? We got all the other mess out the way. Shout out to 279 watching. I hope we got 279 likes. I just know we do. I ain't even gonna go look. All right, so let's get into a reality TV recap. So of course we already know, we kind of covered this before, but just to give you guys an update before we get into the next video. All right. So you guys know Ralph and Drew are officially divorced. All right. So there were some things attached to said divorce in terms of who get what and when. Or who gets what and when. All right, so Ralph Pittman reportedly pays Drew Sidora $145K, and she must now transfer ownership of the marital home and move out by August. Oh my God, we're in August, right? So she has until the end of this month to be moved out into her own place, and the document signed, meaning transferring ownership to Ralph. Ralph was going to stay there. I think he said he originally put the money up for the home anyway. So I guess it was just understood that he was going to keep the home. He just paid her whatever equity out of the house. Okay. So this is what Todd was trying to do to Candy's house. Did y'all know that? Todd said, bitch, I've been staying in this house since 2010, 12 or somewhere like that. And he wanted equity from then to when he moves out, because he was saying, hey, I'm paying bills and da-da-da-da. Candy like, bitch, this is my house. My name on this house. Your name is nowhere on it. And I think that's why she chose to never put his name on there, because she probably thought he was going to try to pull some shit like that in the divorce. But ultimately, he didn't get that. He didn't get no equity, but he did get a huge lump sum from Candy. So let's get into it now. A new update has emerged in the Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman divorce. As previously ordered in the final divorce decree, Ralph was required to pay Drew Sidora $145,054.12 within 45 days for her share of the equity in their former marital home. I hear he's already paid it. Drew has already received a $145K, which is why she's house shopping, okay? Now, it says that according to new reports, Ralph has reportedly made that payment before the court-ordered deadline. While I have not yet obtained obtained the latest court filings confirming the payment, a trusted source indicates the deadline was met. All right, so we do know that that money was paid, all right, to Drew. So that if those reports are accurate, the next steps outlined in the divorce decree would require Drew to, 1, transfer her ownership interest in the home to Ralph by signing a quit claim deed. All right, next will be vacate the marital residence within the court order time frame, which reports indicate would place her move out by August, the end of August. Okay, so it said that this comes after the court awarded Ralph ownership of the home, primary physical custody of the children during the school year, and ordered Drew to pay $2,218 per month in child support. So during the time that Ralph has the kids for the school term, Drew has to pay him child support. Okay, that's what's ordered. So let's go ahead and get into this next clip of what happened last night on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was actually a very, very good episode. All right, so let's get into it. Which was, I think, the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's get to Drew Sidora shopping for her home. Do I feel like she needs a house that huge? I think Drew is trying to keep up with the Joneses a little bit, because you were saying in court documents that you were kind of broke and you barely making money a month. And now that the divorce is finalized and over and you got this $144K sitting in your wallet or in your bank account, Now you out here trying to get the same size house that you and Ralph were staying in. It's going to only be you and your son for now. Your son is not Ralph's son. And then later on, your kids will be moving there. So I don't know. Let's get into it. I think she said the house is 7,000 square feet or something like that. Shout out to Reality Entertainment TV.
Was it this mailbox? I feel like welcome to the neighborhood. Ooh. Wow. This could be my new house.
It sort of look London-y.
Hello.
Welcome, Monty.
Nice to meet you officially. This is my mom.
Nice, Mom. Hello.
This is Katrina, my realtor. Recently, things in the home have become extremely contentious with Ralph and I, and going through a divorce with my ex-husband living in the basement. I'm just over it.
This right here is our dining room area.
Okay. We have to go before the judge again to give an update on how the kids are doing and to settle who is going to get the marital home. And I am taking a step to prepare myself for that.
This is our master.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Ooh.
How many square feet?
It is 7,207 square feet.
Okay.
And this is another bedroom. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Come on in to the kitchen, and I'm going to let you all talk for a minute.
Yeah. We're just going to take it in a little bit.
Yes. I'm sorry.
The judge could very well say, I get to keep the house, which I would just exhale like,
That
then I don't have to worry about
that would
all
be
this.
the perfect decision.
That would be so
That would
perfect.
be, yeah, it would not disrupt the kids'
Right.
lifestyle.
My mom is everything that I need going through this divorce. She's there to help me with my kids. Let's be honest, Ralph and I are at war.
I feel the kids are out of control. They're not even listening to me anymore. There is a problem.
She is turning 81. It just means everything to still have my mom in my life to show up for me in such a major way. Ralph and his attorney, they're going for full custody. Right, so I have full custody now, but it's temporary.
Who else did that, Martell?
Basically, the judge says that I now have to show all of the flights that I've taken since 2023 to make sure that when I said I was working, I was actually working, trying to track my time to say, like, I'm not even with the kids that much. Ralph is like, I'm not a present mother.
You have to work in order to take care of your family.
Even when I'm on set, I'm on FaceTime.
Yeah.
While they're doing homework, ordering them food.
I'm sorry. You're doing an awesome job.
I'm talking to Dr. Ken. I'm trying to make sure that my mental health is okay because I do carry a lot.
No. Don't. Drew, please, I didn't mean.
You better hope them flights match up with that work schedule, or you're going to be looking crazy because you can't lie in the court. You're going to be held in contempt. You can't say that you had to be on set for a movie, but you out here booed up with your ass in the air. Should I say that? But anyway, let's keep going.
I don't want you to cry.
I don't have the answers.
Give me a hug.
I don't have the answers, Mommy.
It's okay.
You can't really describe the pain to know that the person you love so much looks at you like you're a bad mother. It's just not the truth. He knows who I've been, and my kids are my world, and they are my everything. And as a mom, I will never give up on them. This is the biggest hurdle I have to overcome.
I told you guys to not to keep stopping it because, of course, well, I have to keep stopping it to do commentary in between. But I told you guys that Drew was saying that that Ralph petitioned her in their marriage to ask for other people in the bedroom. She didn't want that, but she said she did it to appease him, to keep their marriage so he wouldn't be mad. So he would use that against her in their marriage. So he wanted another woman in the bedroom, and she was saying no. So that's when they started having a lot of tension in their marriage. Did y'all know that? I think we might have mentioned it before, but Drew was saying, and she said it on TV on the show, that Ralph wanted to bring other women in the bedroom. She didn't want that, but she decided to say, hey, you know, if it's going to keep him happy and stop us from arguing and help out in the bedroom, maybe. So she agreed to have another woman in their bedroom and to do threesomes with her husband. And ultimately, it still got y'all divorced. That shit don't work, right? Let's keep going.
And I am trusting in God that it's going to get better. I'm going to do this.
We're so glad. Dear Heavenly Father, right now in the mighty name of Jesus, resolve this, fix it all, so that everyone comes out a winner. Everyone comes out a winner.
Something about that mama prayer, ain't it? Something about that mama prayer, honey. My mama do that too, and I kind of be, you know, in my feelings like that, she grabbed me like that and prayed with me. So I get it. So, and I think Drew's mom is like a minister or something like that too. Okay. So shout out to her for that. So Drew is shopping for home, as you guys can see. All right, so let's get into this next clip, girl, because the girls were acting up last night a little bit on the show. The girls were acting up. All right, but should I go ahead? Let's go ahead and do. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up, and then we're gonna go ahead and do our jam session right quick, okay? Because I see my mom's directing a jam session. We need one because they say y'all sitting on my likes, and we don't like that. All right, we don't like that. No boo. That's right. Let's get these. All right, let's get the likes up. Let's get them up. Let's get y'all some music, honey, so y'all can do this like stuff. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all keep tapping. All right, let's get into the show. All right, so shout out to Atlanta Housewives. We're gonna get into this clip. All right, a little sneak peek. Let's go. Because Portia and Kelly about to eat down in this scene, baby. I said, ooh.
That Kelly, you referred to Portia's home as Simon's house.
Ooh,
are you jealous she received a better divorce settlement than you?
I would never be jealous. She can't worry about Simon's house when she living in Shamia's house.
Now, wait a minute. Hold up, honey boo-boo.
How you gonna be worried about Simon's house?
Boo-boo.
Right.
Let's be very clear. I stayed in Shamia's house for 2 weeks until my home was ready. Well, you was out of your house. That's the point.
I chose to be out of my house.
The house that you're calling Simon's house, I have maintained and paid it very well.
I'm so glad that you were paying Simon's bills.
You shouldn't be discrediting women while you're looking for support.
I don't discredit anybody.
You absolutely did. I was going through the same thing you were going through, and you sat here and online. Simon's house, Simon's house.
Is your name on the house?
Awarded the house. I know you're not familiar with this term.
Is your name on the
You're
house?
not
Baby, I
familiar
had a
with
house.
these
I sold my
terms.
house. Let's be very clear.
You had to sell your house.
Answer the question. Is that not Simon's house?
How the is this house
Is it not
paying
his
the
house?
bills?
You're paying his bills.
I am not paying his bills, baby.
Girl, get that man
I
his
was
house back.
awarded the house.
Let
Look at
house
my
you live
paper.
Get that man his house.
Okay.
I'm living in my house. I'm living in my house.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, stop.
Don't worry.
Oop, not Angela chiming in saying whose name is on the deed. Let me find out Shamil done signed for Kelly to be in our house. She said she stayed in Kelly's townhome for 2 weeks. I feel like it might have been longer than that. But she says she sold her house, and then according to what Portia is saying, you had to sell the house. So maybe in their divorce, kind of like how Drew and Ralph's situation was, that the house had to be sold and somebody got some equity out of the home, and they had to split whatever, the situation was. But according to what we do know is that the place that Kelly was staying in, she was renting and had to move out of because of her situation with her neighbor that turned into a legal situation. So she had to get the hell up out of there because homeowners associations, they weren't trying to fool with her no more. She was very problematic. So she got kicked up out of there and had to move abruptly and had no place to go. So Shamil allowed her to move into her townhome. So for Kelly to be sitting on a damn platform trying to talk to somebody with these old ass lady beads around her damn head like she about to cast a spell on somebody. Baby, please shut up. All right, please shut up. Portia is not moving up out of that house unless she feels the fuck like it. All right, Simon cannot come back to the U.S. He cannot be back on American soil. So if Portia decides to stay there, she and Simon were married and they did stay in that house. It was said that Simon even purchased that house for he and Portia to stay in. Now, do I feel that Portia can afford that house? I do not. But bottom line is, through the courts and the court order is that she is to stay there until she gets the house in her name. So while you trying to put somebody on blast, Tifa's, your ass out here buying teeth, and you ain't even got a place to lay your damn head while you got to stay in somebody else's house. Because you so worried about your teeth being white on TV and staying in a damn cardboard box whenever they holler cut. So let's keep going.
About me? Sell a house.
And said, Kelly, you referred to Portia's home as Simon's house. Are you jealous she received a better divorce settlement than you?
I would never be jealous.
She can't worry about Simon's house when she living in Shamia's house.
Now, wait a minute. Hold up, honey boo-boo.
How you gonna be worried about Simon's
honey
house?
boo-boo.
Right.
Let's be very clear. I stayed in Shamia's house for 2 weeks until my home was ready.
When you was out of your house, that's the point.
I chose to be out of my house.
The house that you're calling Simon's house, I have maintained and paid it very well.
I'm so glad that you were paying Simon's bills.
You shouldn't be discrediting women while you're looking for.
You can tell Shamia and Kelly been pillow talking. Yeah, I said pillow talking because Shamia, you like a little girl or two. You be tossing girls too. I feel like Shamia and Kelly have been pillow talking, and you kind of set her up for the okie doke. You kind of set Kelly up, Shamia, for the okie doke at this reunion to come for Portia because you didn't want that smoke with Portia, right? You didn't want that smoke with Portia, so you done hyped up your little chihuahua sitting beside you with her toucan Sam ass nose. Yes, you did. I don't see it for Kelly. So yes, her read down is very much so warranted. Let's keep going.
Support. I don't discredit anybody.
You absolutely did. I was going through the same thing you were going through, and you sat here and online. Simon's house.
Is your name on the house?
Awarded the house. I know you're not familiar with this term.
Is your name on the
You're
house?
not
Baby, I
familiar
had a
with
house.
these
I sold my
terms.
house. Let's be very clear.
You had to sell your house.
Answer the question. Is that not Simon's house?
How the is it his house?
Is it not
paying
his
the
house?
bills?
You're paying his bills.
I am not paying his bills, baby.
Girl, get that man
I
his
was
house back.
awarded the house.
Get that man his house.
Ooh, they said, Kelly, whose house you living in? Come on here, real estate lady that ain't selling no damn houses and all of them in foreclosure. Yeah.
I'm living in my house. I'm living in my house.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
I'm living in my house.
Okay, stop.
Don't worry about me. Sell a house.
And said, Kelly, you
Ooh, child, Kelly, you all loud about it too, girl. And you ain't got nowhere to stay. Listen to doggone Angela. Angela, I like you, but you probably shouldn't have been talking because all your houses is in foreclosure. So you probably would have stayed out of that one. All right, let's get into the next one. You guys know that they had already talked about somebody being, child, Tifa. She went out here and bought some damn Tifas and staying in the cardboard box. Let me find out. But let's move on, child. Now, we all been talking about somebody in the cast was pregnant. We trying to do process of elimination. I already said I thought it was Pinky. All right, by process of elimination. And it's another baby on the way. We're gonna put that news out there too. Yes, we are. So Pinky Cole reveals that she's pregnant at the damn Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. All right, baby number 4 is due December. So she's gonna have a little Christmas baby. All right. Yeah, so for weeks, honey, fans have been wondering which Atlanta housewife was pregnant. After Claudia Jordan revealed on Carlos King's podcast in July, honey, that one of the women announced her pregnancy on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. All right, so Pinky Cole I think we all expected that because of how she was dressed. All right, she tried to hide a little baby bump. Everybody else had on little tight dresses, form-fitting dresses. She was the only one dressed like a first lady for Kojic, honey, at the Kojic revival in there. So, yeah, she looked like she was ready to be the first lady of, Church of God in Christ revival at the reunion. So let's go ahead and get into Pinky Cole's announcement. Okay, yeah, we love it for you, girl. 4 babies.
Pinky,
Hi.
you look amazing.
Well, thank you.
I know that you are vegan, but you had quite the meaty season.
I did.
How are you feeling about your first season?
It felt good. I don't even want to ever hear the B word again. The
Yes.
only B word that I want to talk about is the fact that I'm having a baby.
You had
I don't want no problem. Okay?
How does your mom feel about it?
She was mad as
Hey, listen, she said she want to have another one. I said, no, we ain't.
Hell to the no.
When are you due?
Because mama is watching all her kids while she works. So mama like, bitch, you're not going to have another baby. No.
In December.
Wow.
And I just might name him or her Bravisha or something. I don't know.
Bravisha.
Wait a minute, not Bravisha. We can do better than that.
Hi, Pinky.
Hi.
You look
Yes,
amazing.
So that's Pinky. Y'all can tell how she was dressed appropriate. Y'all can tell, honey, when they have little blousy shit on like that, there's something under there. So shout out to Pinky Cole, okay? For her announcement. So it is Pinky. Somebody else got a baby on the way. Y'all ready? No, it ain't me. So Shamia Saragate is pregnant, okay? Shamia Saragate is pregnant. So thank God, because y'all know she and Gerald, they're trying to have their boy. They did use their last egg. They said that they had retrieved, and the surrogate is pregnant. All right. So shout out to Shamia and Gerald for their baby on the way. Okay. We don't have a due date yet, but they are expecting, and it was announced at the end of the credits of the show that Shamia and Gerald are actually expecting another baby. All right, via surrogate. So there you go. All right, so 2 babies, child, 2 babies. So maybe that's why she ain't coming back, so she can focus on her new baby on her way. All right, so for those of you that did not get to see the explosive trailer, let's go ahead and get into that. All right, we're gonna play that again because baby, it was explosive. I cannot wait until next Sunday, baby. All right, I'm gonna have my popcorn already popped. I'm gonna have my drink already poured, my pinky already up because I'm gonna be on a bougie little state of mind. Sipping my drink like this and getting all the tea so I can come back and tell y'all. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Bravo Shade Room, let's run it.
Oh, we going naked. We gonna be naked.
Drop it. Now what else is going on?
Did I miss a lot?
K. Michelle's a gay man. Drew's divorced. Phaedra and Portia both dated Mike. What is your arrangement?
I'm not gonna let some strokes throw away what I have built.
Not some strokes, baby. Yeah.
How is Sway?
I'm so in love right now. Like,
Just when I thought the flag had flown. There is a discourse online you're not accepting of Tamari's lifestyle. So could you speak to that? Can you explain what the plot and the plan were?
It wasn't this.
I know who it is.
Drew, what was your reaction to that news about Black?
It's devastating because he is such a good guy.
That's why I didn't want a part of it. This the rich PayPal man. I never heard of a man.
Not the rich PayPal. Okay? Leave the K. Michelle to always say some crazy shit. Let's keep going.
Never heard of a man being rich on PayPal. Cut.
PayPal rich. We got any PayPal rich people in the chat? Girl.
Cut it out. You so invested on what's going on in my panties, girl.
I just got served with a cease and desist.
Speak up or pay up.
Cease and desist means shut up.
Pinky has never apologized to me.
Yeah, and I'm not going to.
You judging me because I was drunk. I didn't judge you because you got a whole nother face and a whole nother body.
First of all, I got the same face and same body, girl.
You co-signed for the same person that got you fired on the show the last time.
Do you want to name the pastor?
I'm not naming him. Are we talking about? Oh, you want to name people? Are we talking about? Go ahead and name the man. Are we talking about? Because I'm exhausted with these lies.
Where do you two go from here?
Kelly, you fought this hard at the reunion just to get demoted as a friend of, girl. That's what I want to know. You fought this hard at the reunion coming for Portia. I think Portia done knocked your ass down a notch and then knocked Shamia ass up off the show. See, both of y'all came in like week on week. Y'all was like this on Portia. Portia said, "Beep, I got both y'all asses after this reunion." Andy, come in here in my dressing room. Let me holler at you right quick. All right. Both them bitches sitting on the end, skedaddle. Okay. Vamos. Adios. All of that. Away with them. Okay. Yes, your ass got demoted. You should have got fired, Kelly, because you ain't got shit going on anyway. Right? Yeah. And that's why you're not going to have no alliances. Ain't nobody going to like your ass next season. You're going to be on an island by yourself because Shamia's bald-headed ass ain't going to be there. Let's continue.
To hell.
Oh, God.
All right.
Let's not go there. It's hot.
Cynthia, at what point did you decide you didn't like Shamia?
Oh, Lord.
I have lived. I have lived a lot of life. And so has your body.
Okay. You need to close your glory hole. Never heard of a man being
Close your glory hole. That's a good one. Yes, man.
rich on PayPal. You need to close your glory hole.
The issue is you're being everybody's golden retriever, and I've had
you
enough
have
of it.
new teeth and nowhere to sleep, bro.
Oh, Lord. Come on through, Angela. And you got new teeth and nowhere to sleep. I love it.
Man.
Oh, damn. Shut up. You really trying to use this lady to come at me?
She's lying. Either way, my mama don't be dancing in no hookah lounge. You're talking about hallelujah and calling her Jezebel.
Who is Jezebel? Who is Jezebel? Keep my mother name out your mouth and keep my mother's name out your mouth.
All right. Okay.
That's what got you fired right there, Shamil. Okay. I'm just letting you know. If you wonder where you got fired, it's right there. All right. King Slip was already packed up after that scene right there. I cannot wait until next week. Next Sunday is gonna be lit. All right, y'all gonna be there? Don't worry about it. If you're not, we're gonna still cover it right here. All right, you're gonna get all the great clips, and we're gonna talk about it and dissect it and all of that. Right?
Close your glory hole.
Close your glory hole was a good one though, right? Y'all know what a glory hole is, right? For all of my older people who watch me, glory hole, honey, is that hole they have in the wall, and yeah. They put their schlong in the wall, and the woman's supposed to like put her kitty cat up to the wall, and they do it through the wall, girl. That's what glory hole is. For those of you that don't know, should I share that? And now y'all gonna be looking at me like, Rhea, how you know? All right, I'm married, shit, and I don't be putting nothing through the wall, but it's there's movies and things out there. Educate yourself, all right? The more you know, the more you grow. Yeah, that don't go there. That don't go with that. But anyway, let's get out of here, right? Let's get out of here. Love you guys down. Please don't forget to keep hitting that like, okay? The more you know, the more you grow. That was funny. All right, so let's get out of here. Love y'all. Happy Monday to everybody. Shout out to the 300 watching. Please like the video, hype up this video. Check us out on all publications on the Caramel Rail. Check us out on the backup channel on the Rails World. Shout out to my top flight mods, Rose Armstead, Tiffany Thomas, and True TV Podcast. Thank you so much. Shout out to all of my content creators. Let's go ahead and do my list because I haven't done it in a while. Astute Queen B, thank you so much. Black Woman in the Building, Miss Didi, Simple Mom Family TV. I saw Marcella in here today. Thanks, Marcella, for stopping by. Jonetta Speaks, JCD Creation, Shay P, Shay Renee, Queen Speaks TV, Deary Talk, Schoolboy, Just a T, please. Brits Block, if you're in the building, thanks for being here as well. Dr. Lily Young, thanks for being here. I did see you as well. Hey, Peanut, if you're in the building, thanks for being here as well. All right. If I missed anyone, please let me know right now so I can shout you out. Y'all said great show, Caramel. Thank y'all so much for being here. All right. We're going to get on out of here, honey. We're going to get on out of here. You guys have a wonderful Monday. I'll be tapping back in for midday pop-in. Let me get some of my work done so I can catch up. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Bye. Happy Monday. Bye.